1984, not the book, but the state, the United States of America, with Marco Rubio's recent statements about this new visa policy to the United States. Guess what? Guess what it includes? Preventing foreign nationals with anti-Israeli views from traveling to the United States. Let's hear what Marco Rubio had to say in this video and have our comment on this video. Let's hear him out.
Under President Trump, the United States will stand with the Jewish people. We have implemented a vigorous new visa policy that will prevent foreign nationals from coming to the United States to foment hatred against our Jewish community. We are holding international organizations and nations accountable for rhetoric against Israel that resurfaces in the manifesto of monsters like Iran and Sarah's killer. But we do see an eventual light at the end of this long tunnel of suffering. One can imagine a Middle East in which the Abraham Accords eventually reign. So thank you for the opportunity to address you.
I mean, wow. The United States, Marco Rubio at least, saying that now you would need to be checked. Are you going to come to the United States? Sure. But before we welcome you, what do you think of Israel? Like Germany, by the way, put it as part of their application for citizenship in Germany, asking people, what do you think of Israel? I mean, what are we talking about? Another province of Israel? What is this exactly? What do you think of Israel? I'm coming here to live. I want the American dream. You know, people from across the world want to follow the American dream and succeed in the United States of America. Let them come. The country was built on immigrants, wasn't it? Why do you need to ask them about Israel? Plus this excuse about this, protect the Jewish community. Which Jewish community? Jewish Voices for Peace or the Jews protesting against Israel 24/7? What Jewish community? Stop the BS, stop the garbage. They're still trying to fool people and spew this propaganda. Jews in the United States have been the most active from the global population of Jews, by the way. The Jewish people of America and Canada. They have been so active, and some moments are led fiercely against Zionism and against Israel and against them speaking in their name. But we still have Marco Rubio trying to push this garbage on us 24/7. We're trying to protect the Jewish community, like the garbage that the British government was trying to put on the population. Oh, who said it's anything to do with the Jewish community? The Jewish people, the real Jewish people, are protesting against Israel. It's not a problem, never has been a problem. Zionism hijacked Judaism and falsely speaks on behalf of Judaism. Up until when are we gonna continue with this garbage? But they're frustrated. Rubio and all these politicians and leaders, they're frustrated by the fact that some Jews speak against Israel. That's why they try as much as possible to act like they don't exist. For example, they wouldn't bring Jewish people on mainstream media that much. They wouldn't show you the Jewish-led movements protesting against the Zionists in Israel. They wouldn't show you senior Jewish men and women, religious and non-religious people, protesting against the state of Israel constantly 24/7, dedicating their life against this Zionist project. But they will come and tell you as if, we're trying to protect the Jewish people and we're trying to protect the Jewish community from this anti-Semitism. Now, the second commentary is going to be about Piers Morgan this time. I fail to understand, firstly, why people, anyway, in general, why do people seek the opinion, anyway, of people like Piers Morgan? Piers Morgan, part of the cartel of Rupert Murdoch, a man who had ties with Jeffrey Epstein, a man who has been supportive of Israel since the beginning. We all remember the days of the do you condemn 24/7. You brush your teeth, do you condemn? You go to the toilet, do you condemn? You breathe, do you condemn? Everything condemn. Abhorrent statements. And the man was legitimizing the slaughter of children in war not long ago. But just because the man is changing his tone slightly, they're telling you, oh, look, Piers Morgan changes. He didn't change anything. Piers Morgan wants the views, he wants to make the money, he wants popularity at the end of the day. And if that requires him to have a certain session with the Israeli ambassador, then he will, like he had in his recent show with the Israeli ambassador to Britain, as we can see in this video here.
Do you know how many Hamas terrorists you killed and how many children you killed?
I don't have the numbers, but let me tell you one thing:
And how many children have you killed?
we never target civilians. So this question is irrelevant.
How many children have you killed?
Pierce, Israel is not killing children. Israel is not killing children. Hamas is using them as human shields.
Israel is killing children every single day.
Pierce, this is a blood label you're putting on Israel. You know it's not true.
What? No, it's not actually. And what you're trying to do is be very weaselly with your words.
No, I'm not.
The truth is, you are killing a lot of children.
You
would argue
you're doing. Why it's caused?
Hang on, let me finish.
Hamas is using them as human shields, and you know that.
Let me finish my question to you. You are killing a lot of children on a daily basis. That is indisputable. My interesting question for you is, how come you know exactly how many Hamas terrorists you've killed, but you have no idea how many children you've killed?
Piers, please ask this question to the people that can give you the answer. I don't have the answer.
Who has the answer?
Please don't ask me questions.
Who has the answer? Who has the answer?
I don't have the answer. And I will tell you something.
The Israeli ambassador to my country. Who else should I ask?
Well,
when you launch a blockade for nearly 3 months to a population which already has seen much of their possessions, their land, their buildings, their homes decimated by bombardment after bombardment. When you say that you're going to launch a blockade on aid and food to a population where 50% are under 18, you are pursuing, it seems to me, as Ehud Olmert said, a policy of starvation towards, obviously, because of the nature of the population in Gaza, of a lot of children. And that is a war crime. I mean, what else do you call it? The problem is that whilst you're saying all this and trying to justify it, you've got people like Smodrich coming out and making it absolutely crystal clear what the real plan is, which is to completely clean out Gaza of all the Palestinians and get them into, quotes, a third country. That is a form of genocide. It's the deliberate targeting of people based on ethnicity and displacing them from their homes and killing a lot of them in the process. I don't know what else you would call it. I've resisted using the word genocide about this. But when I watched what Mr. Smodrich was saying and studied the exact words that he said, it is very hard to reach any other conclusion than that he is waging a strategy of genocide and would like to cleanse, as he put it, the whole Gaza Strip of all the Palestinians. So you can try and dress up that blockade, which is what it was for 3 months, where we saw the starving children you say you're concerned about, but you've got Smodrich there actually laying bare the real plan, which is to get all the Palestinians out of Gaza. And that is a form of genocide, isn't it? What else do you call it? How many?
I mean, everything that Piers Morgan said has been happening from day one. That's number one. Secondly, did Piers Morgan just realize that the Zionists are killing children in Gaza? People were tagging him since the beginning of the war, sending him all of the images and footage of everyone being slaughtered in Gaza from day one. From day one. Yet despite all of that, he was still justifying everything and telling you that actually, no, people do get killed in war. For example, he had an interview with Tucker Carlson just a couple of months ago, back in February, by the way, in which he said the following. Let's have a look.
If you're intentionally killing civilians, you probably shouldn't beat your chest and brag about it. You know, maybe you could make the
I agree
case,
with that.
Maybe you make the case that we had to do it or whatever, but you should.
I agree.
You should weep, and that's evil, and you should just say it's evil. And I know it's like really threatening to.
Is it evil, though?
Ben Shapiro to say that or whatever, but
Is it evil?
to kill civilians on purpose, yeah, it is. I think it is.
Really?
Kids and children. Well, how is it not actually?
In a war?
Well, you can call it whatever you want. How is it right to kill women and children?
I didn't say, well, because I think there is a moral right behind you if you are literally
To kill women and children?
if
Really?
there's a world war that threatens the
Call it
entire
whatever you want.
if it threatens the entire world. Yes.
Some people killed your kids, like your 8-year-old. Like,
Well, obviously,
how
your
is
own
that
children, of
morally
course.
justifiable?
Well, because actually you have to, well, by your criteria.
It's disgusting.
Okay, it's nothing's so no war is morally justified.
I mean, I think it's pretty hard to justify. I mean, yeah, I'm
Any
sure,
war.
you know, a pure defensive action, sure. But all I'm saying, look, it's all ugly. It's all hard to stomach. I've actually seen some of it up close, super ugly.
You can say that you say you hate it.
May I
But the fact you
May
quibble
I
with it
finish?
being
Let me just
morally
say-
justified.
to intentionally kill non-combatants, women and children, I think we can say that's wrong. In fact, I thought that was the thing we were fighting against.
I'm clear. I mean, Piers Morgan, that's 3 months ago, saying that basically, you know, killing people who are, you know, non-combatants is not evil. Is it evil? Is it evil to kill non-combatants? According to him, no. What's the change now? I mean, some people are quoting him over the Gaza situation as well, and the genocide and the term and using a genocide. First and foremost, this man has been a part of the Rupert Murdoch dynasty. And despite the fact that he's trying to distance himself, at the end of the day, Piers Morgan has been tied with Rupert Murdoch for a very long time. We all know who Rupert Murdoch is. Apart from his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, ever since the beginning of the genocide, the man has been standing and taking a position of Israel and of Zionism, the position of manipulation. Even if he comes today or tomorrow or the day after and starts to change a position here and there, and still, by the way, spewing venom while he's mentioning this position by labeling the Palestinian resistance and delegitimizing the Palestinian resistance, and in fact still legitimizing Israel and its genocide by even bringing the genocide representative, which is the ambassador. She's the ambassador of a genocidal entity. Who are you talking about? You're not talking about a normal person. You're not talking about a normal state representative, a normal ambassador. This is part of the justification. Secondly, people like him shouldn't even have the influence even on people to make their minds up. At the end of the day, the man works for money. There's other people on the other side even blame him for being like anti-Semitic, for bringing people on who potentially are harmful for the state of Israel. Why? Because, well, the Palestinian opinion is more popular, isn't it? Why? Because it's more logical, it's more accurate, it's more correct, it's more truthful. Whereas on the other side, all you hear is lies, deception, and people twisting words and trying to get themselves out of the mess that they got themselves in for all of the time that they're debating. Oh, I don't know. Ask the relevant purpose. Ask the relevant people, as if they don't know anything that's happening. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the information. How many kids were killed? Oh, I don't know. You need to ask the representative in the army that left a while ago. And I'm not really sure, but you know, Hamas used them as human shields when the evidence of the human shields has been against Israel 24/7. They use people as human shields and they get rid of them. They put pictures of them using people as human shields and being proud about it.